Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, y'all. Guess what it is? It is think. Hello, we think about it Thursday. Y'all, we have made it to the fourth day of the week. How fabulous is that? That's blessings on top of blessings, isn't it? Of course it is. Of course it is. You know what we're going to think about today? We are going to think about reasonableness. Where is our level of reasonableness? Are we reasonable with ourselves? Right? That's the main question. Are we reasonable with ourselves? Because you see, honey, baby, sugar, plum, child, it's Think About It Thursday. If we can't be reasonable in here, guess what? It's going to reflect in everything outside of us. We're not going to be reasonable with our time. We're not going to be reasonable with our money. We're not going to be reasonable with our men. We're not going to be reasonable with our women. We're not going to be reasonable with nothing. Because if you're an unreasonable person, that means that we have a lot to work on. You know what I'm saying? That means that this heart is not being loved till it's full its potential. Till it's full its potential. We are not loving, nurturing, protecting, or feeding our heart. I ain't trying to step on no toes. I'm just trying to say what we have to do for us. Because don't nobody have to love us. Don't nobody have to protect us. Don't nobody have to be our voice of reason. We have to be our voice of reason. Because we live in a society anyway where people don't want nobody telling them anything. You don't want nobody telling you when you're right. You don't want nobody telling you when you're wrong. When they tell you when you're right, you think they got some kind of hidden agenda. When they tell you when you're wrong, you're calling them haters. We are not behaving reason. Think about it. Why is it that everything we do, we questioning it? Why is it that everything somebody give us, we question it? Yeah, of course, there's things we need to question. There are things and people and places and situations that we need to be cautious when dealing with. But when we deal with ourselves, then we can make sure that our level of reasonableness is in a good place where we're aligned with understanding that, guess what? Our voice of reason is the reason that we behave the way that we do. And if you're not behaving appropriately towards yourself, you're not going to behave appropriately towards anyone else. That don't make sense. Why would you give someone else something that you're not giving yourself? Why are we loving other people more than we claiming we loving ourselves? Why are we giving other people more than we are giving ourselves? We don't have enough energy to always want to be everything to everybody. You know what I'm saying? We don't have enough energy to have uh, little bits and pieces of us ate away every day at negativity. We don't have enough of that. The reason that we're here is to grow, learn, and prosper. If we wasn't supposed to grow, we wouldn't have the stages of life. We wouldn't have infants and toddlers and preteens and teenagers and young adults and then geriatrics. We wouldn't have the stages of life if we were not meant to be in a reasonable place in time with ourselves. You feel me? What is your voice to reason telling you? Think about it. It's Think About It Thursday. Honey, baby, sugar, plum, child, what are we thinking about? Because what we think about, you understand, up here affects how this operates, our heart. Your heart has to be in the right place. Your heart has to be filled with love. This is about filling your heart and your soul with love. Are we engaging in that baby hair everywhere? Are we engaging in filling our hearts and souls with the proper things, y'all? Are we engaged, honey? That flyaway needs to be tucked back there. And this is another flyaway. Yeah, I just woke up this morning probably on the wrong side of the bed, but guess what? Y'all, when I be on my live and people be sending me messages and stuff like that, I have to stop and I be like, and some of the messages be crazy. They're unreasonable. Though some of the messages are unreasonable. Come on, you know. How are we dealing with people? How are we dealing with ourselves? How do we want people to deal with us? How do we want to deal with other people? Will our life always be where we're not giving ourselves permission to be reasonable, responsible adults? And think about it. Come on, we're going to think about it for a minute in these relationships. Baby, some of the stories. Some of the stories I've heard, some of the stories I've told, because I've told a few too in my younger days, in my older days, in my current days. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we get confused. We get twisted when we're in these little relationships or trying to be in relationships or trying to figure out if we should go back. God, don't go back. That's what I'm going to tell you today. Reasonableness is don't go back. Because it's too hard to go back without remembering, without bringing up the past, without living in the past. Think about it. You go back into a relationship where you knew that you were not happy. I don't care how much they beg, borrow, plead, steal, give. Leave that relationship in the past. There's a relationship that I probably could go back to, but I did that one time in my life. And I don't regret it, but I know I shouldn't have went back there. You understand? I don't go backwards anymore in my life. I don't turn the page backwards. Whatever chapter that was that chapter. We are in a new chapter. We're in a new season. We have to do better by ourselves. Our voice of reason tell us what we should do. Our gut instinct. My grandfather always said that gut instinct. Man, my gut instinct ain't never led me wrong when I went with my gut instinct. When I didn't go with that gut instinct, I messed up every time. I'm telling you what God love. I ain't telling you something I heard. I'm telling you something I know. You understand? And I'm telling you because I love you. You know why? It's in my DNA. You understand? I'm supposed to love you. I'm supposed to. I grew up with a whole bunch of love, so I don't know nothing other than love. But it's universal and it's agape. I love my people. I want to see us win. I want to see us do better in relationships, in partnerships, in business-ships. And sometimes we have to realize that we can't go on a journey with other people. We can't go on a journey with everybody. We can't help everybody out. And once we get what we got to get, we can try and reach back and help them. But guess what? Their voice of reason probably won't allow your help because then now they're going to think you got the big head and you don't think you have the big head. You just on a new level. Hello? You just on a new level. Your voice of reason took you to a new level. And so even though you're from South Memphis, you don't have that South Memphis mentality that you grow with. Even though I'm from the lower Ninth Ward, across the canal, I don't have that mentality. Well, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't. But sometimes I do. I still have that cutthroat mentality if I have to bring it out. But if I don't have to bring it out, I'm going to be the better of Butterflyy. I'm going to be the better of the businesswoman. I'm going to be the better person than I was yesterday. Thank y'all for coming in here with me in the morning on the Creative Cafe, y'all. I am trying to grow this brand. I be so glad when everybody, kind of figure out that we over here in the cafe and they join us over here. Y'all, I am a businesswoman at the end of the day, but I also am a motivator and an inspirer and a thought provoker and an author and a writing coach. I have all of these hats, and so I need to bring them all under this one umbrella of Butterfly's Creative Cafe. Because when you're in a creative cafe, you can do anything. I'm even my cooking. I don't like to cook a lot anymore, but I will cook for smaller gatherings and stuff like that. I used to cook for 2, 3, 4, 5,000. I can't do that anymore. I'm not young. I don't have the manpower to help me to do that anymore. When I was younger, I had my husband was helping me, and I don't have that anymore. So it's just me, and so I have to rely on what I can do. But all of my resources and all of the things that I'm doing, I'm trying to bring over here into Butterfly's Creative Cafe. Guess what, y'all? It is Think About It Thursday. Think about how you want your voice of reason to lead you to love you better, right? To love you better, to give to you better, to lift you better, to support you better. Because don't nobody have to do things for you. They may come along and try and help you if they see that you're doing what you need to do for you. And if they can't help you, they, appropriately, they exit stage left. Spectators are just that. They're spectators. Sometimes we have to sit in the bleachers and watch what's going on because they don't have what you have in order to go forward, right? And it's okay. It's okay. Because long as you giving yourself the best of you, you loving yourself, you gifting yourself, you lifting yourself, everything is going to fall in line. Because that's the way life goes. Things fall in line. Because when we see that things are not falling in line, what we do is we make changes. We listen to our voice of reason. Our voice of reason is going to guide us to be like, maybe I should try and do it a little bit. Maybe I should make a little curve this way. Instead of going all the way down, just make a little curve this way or go and make a little curve that way. But the thing about it is, listen to your voice of reason. Stop doubting yourself. Stop listening to the outside chaos. Stop not loving yourself. Stop giving other people permission to bring their baggage into your life and sit it on your lap and leave it there. Because that's what they do. They leave their baggage on your lap and then they'll go and be great. And you sitting here worrying about what happened and what happened. I wonder why that happened. Because you allowed them to come and bring their voice of unreasonableness and leave it into your life. It's your life. It's our life. You are worth every minute of every second of every day to be brilliant and to be wonderful and to be amazing, y'all. How y'all doing on this Think About It Thursday? Think about things that we may need to make changes for. Think about why we are allowing ourselves to be unreasonable in these relationships. We want to hold everybody accountable. I see women make posts every day about what men, we're not holding men accountable. Let's get it right. I might step on a toe this moment. Hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable. You knew everything you needed to know about this man before you slept with him. And if you say you didn't know nothing, that's because you didn't want to know nothing before you slept with him. You should have got all of the information you wanted to know before you laid down your heart and your soul in that bed. That's what you should do. We have to ask the questions, get the answers, and respond accordingly. We have to hold ourselves accountable. We can't hold another person accountable, man, woman, chick, child. We have to hold us accountable. See, that's the reality that we not listening to. That's the voice of reason that we forgetting about. Where was your voice of reason? Some people change and switch up on you, but they don't change and switch up on you that much. They are who they were on from day one. The only time people change and switch up like that, they got some kind of mental deficit. Other than that, no, he is who he was. You are who you were. You were the woman that did not ask the questions because you just wanted to get what you wanted to get. You wanted to throw them D's on him or whatever they be saying in that song. You wanted to secure the bags between your legs. We cannot secure bags between our legs, ladies. We can't do it. Because guess what? If that's the case, everybody got a bag between their legs. You're not the only one with a bag between your legs. I don't know if you know that, but yeah. You're not the only one with a bag between your legs, sweetie. We all have bags between our legs. Some of our bags are more expensive than others. But my grandmother used to say, as long as you have a pocketbook, you shouldn't be broke. But you can be broke if you allow everybody into your pocketbook. Or you allow the man into your pocketbook and you didn't ask him if he had change or if he was dealing with dollar bills. Okay? It's Think About It Thursday. I know I be going hard and heavy sometimes, but I got to because we got to stop playing the blame game. Our voice of reason will allow us not to act unreasonably when it comes to us and other people. We will not put the burden on other people to be what we need for us in our lives. Go on, y'all. Get you slice of pizza. Get two, y'all. Get 2 slices of pizza today. It's cheap. It's cheap. It's cheap. Yeah, it's cheap day. Cheap. Get you 2 slices of pizza. Oh, and don't forget, once that red gravy still on your stomach, go home and get you some ice cream. Ice cream make everything better. guess what I forgot? Did you hug yourself today, baby? Do you know when you hug yourself, you automatically smile? Yes, you smile, 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 smile. Love, we got to get hyped. We got to get excited. We got to get into the mode of being better to ourselves. Think about it. We got to be hyped for us, because if we don't, nobody else will. Right? So y'all, thank you for coming in here on this Think About It Thursday with me. What I'm gonna do is tell you when it's all said and done, go on and get you something to drink. Something that'll go on and please your little palate. It could be water, it could be cranberry juice, it could be libations. I ain't encouraging alcoholism, but you know what? It's Thursday, y'all. We got one more day in this week before we can wild out for the weekend. But until then, thank y'all for coming in here on Make Love to Yourself Monday. Teach yourself something new Tuesday. Work on it for yourself Wednesday. And here we are on Think About It Thursday. Let your voice of reason guide you to love you like nobody else will. And if you half love you, guess what? People going to see that. They're going to half love you too or not love you at all. And you don't deserve that. You better than that. You better than that. You better than that. Y'all be safe and careful out here in the streets. Remember that good mornings are better than any last night. Be safe. Be careful. You know, watch your surroundings. There's money on the street. They still got bad people out here who haven't learned how to behave. So in order for you to be the best person you can be, you and to protect you and to love you, listen to your voice of reason and keep a good head on your shoulders. This your girl, Butterflyy. I will see y'all tomorrow for Fight For Yourself Friday. Boom, 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 boom. I love y'all. Peace out. Thank you.